Hello, I'm Harold Flider, and I wanted to make a brief video about my upcoming gastric sleeve procedure, and I want to continue to make videos of my progress that follows. A little brief history of me: I'm a career firefighter, I'm a husband, father, and my current stats as far as weight and height, I'm 6'2", and this morning I tipped the scales at 310 pounds, and I have a BMI of 40. I did have a lap band procedure done in September of 2009. It was placed on September 8th, and 10 days later I had to have it removed on September 18th. It had caused an erosion, which led to a leak and ultimately made me very sick. There was an associated hospital stay for about 3 weeks, and I healed up fine with no long-term side effects from that. On a side note, you're going to see me looking off to either side as I talk. My wife was laughing at me when she saw my sample video, and I'm looking at my notes. I'm not trying to look away from the camera or whatever. So, as I mentioned, the lap band failed, but that turns out, I feel, to be a blessing in disguise, because after the failure of my lap band, I had a lot of time to heal and time to think and decide if even a gastric procedure was right for me. Or excuse me, a bariatric procedure was right for me. And it is the right thing for me. I'm not the guy that needs to lose 10 pounds. I'm the guy that needs to lose 100 pounds. And so it's the right thing for me. So I did my research, and I found that this gastric sleeve, a lot of people are taking and having their lap bands converted to a gastric sleeve anyway. So I may have ended up here regardless. A lot of people are skipping the lap band altogether and going straight to gastric sleeve. So I think this is going to be the best procedure for me, and it seems to be, from the research that I've done, it seems to be the more efficient of the bariatric procedures without getting as dramatic and radical as a gastric bypass. I started about a month ago. Well, let me back up a little bit. My wife always accuses me that food is my mistress, and she's right. Food has been my addiction and has been my mistress for some time, and so this probably isn't the right thing for some people to do, but it was the right thing for me to do. Before I started my pre-op diet, I went out and had a last meal and a breakup, so to speak, with my mistress, and so that may not be right for everybody, but it was right for me, and I'm glad that I did it. So food is very much an addiction for me, and I've never been a smoker, but I suspect my current breakup with my mistress and ongoing fight with this addiction is going to be very difficult, but I'm prepared for that, and I know that going into this. I did start my pre-op diet today, which is August 23rd. I'm actually 3 weeks out from my actual surgery date. And I started about a month ago weaning myself off of caffeine and lowering my fat intake and my, just stop eating fatty foods as much, and just really getting things under control and ready to be on a strict diet leading up to the surgery and following the surgery as well. So the pre-op diet is pretty straightforward. It's recommended that you do 2 high-protein liquid meals a day and then 1 solid food meal a day that would consist of a chicken, fish, or lean meat of some sort. And one thing they recommend is that you get 70 grams of protein a day, and you're not going to get that just from doing like a slim fast or a muscle milk or something like that. Now, with that said, Slim Fast is good, and I've drank them. I prefer the muscle milk, and chocolate is my favorite flavor. I also like the cookies and cream, but you'll probably need a product similar to Bennett Protein, and you can add this, and that will bring you up to your minimum protein intakes each day. With your pre-op diet, you're going to want to do a vitamin regimen, an iron supplement, and a calcium supplement. And I will tell you, if you're just starting to do your research, vitamins are expensive. And my recommendation would be to not buy the store brand, or excuse me, not to buy the name brand. I'll give you an example. This iron supplement The Bariatric Center has a specific one they recommend. This one has the exact same chemical makeup on the label, and it's a fraction of the cost. And I also use this store brand multivitamin. I'm not recommending it, it's just what I use, and I've had good luck with it. And I also do this for my calcium supplement. Some people use Tums, and Tums are great if you like Tums. I do not like Tums. But the calcium caramel chews come at a cost. They're 20 calories each, and you have to take 4 of them a day, and so that's 80 calories. On your pre-op diet, they only suggest 800 to 1,000 calories, so you have to decide if you really want to burn 80 of those calories just taking your supplements. And by the way, your Bena-protein additive is 25 calories per serving, so that's something to think about. You're going to want to drink lots of water. Be prepared to drink lots of water. I know some people don't like water, but you just got to drink the water. And you know, I like water, so that's good. But even though I like water, sometimes you get tired of water. And again, another store brand product, similar to Kool-Aid. It's only 5 calories. It's sugar free, and it works for me. I add it, and I use grape and I use orange because that's the flavors I like. But that particular store brand has about 10 different flavors you could choose from. So that's really great for, you know, staying focused and staying on your water, and you know, just really being compliant with the things that the Bariatric Center needs you to be compliant with. I need to thank a couple of folks. As I mentioned, I had a lap band procedure that failed, and the folks at the Bariatric Center at Providence really stood by me. They helped me out every step of the way, made sure I was getting healthy and getting stronger, checked on me, and they were just generally good folks concerned about my well-being. There's a lady that works in the office. Her name is Melissa Green. I'm sorry, I don't know what her exact title is, but she helped me with everything. She helped with my insurance. If she didn't know the answer, she knew who to put me in contact with. And she no matter how many times a day I called her, she had a smile in her voice, and so I appreciated that. She took care of all my issues with insurance and kept all that straight and stood by and went to bat for me and just really helped out tremendously. I want to thank my wife. She after having such a hard time with the lab band, she has been less than happy that I'm having this procedure done, but she has still stood by me and been supportive, and ultimately she realizes that this is the best thing for us in the long run, and so I really appreciate that kind of support. So, you know, great big thank you to my wife. A few other thoughts. I have struggled with my weight since I was a child, and then I've really been self-conscious about it since I've been in my 20s, and when I got into my 30s, it just really spiraled out of control. And I've looked at bariatric procedures since I was probably 25 years old, and I'm 35 now, and I just either didn't have the cash available or didn't have insurance that would pay for it, and fortunately that has changed over the last few years. But if you are not ready to make the commitment to the procedure, don't spend the money to do it, because you're throwing good money after bad. If you're not ready to commit to changing your eating habits and your lifestyle, a bariatric procedure isn't for you. And so just keep that in mind as you do your research and you get ready to move forward with this. Most procedures you're going to spend at least $10,000, and why would you want to spend that much money if you're not going to follow up and do what it's supposed to do? So that's just my thoughts on it. I'm going to make more videos as this procedure goes on. YouTube limits me to 10 minutes, so I got to hurry up. I'm right at the mark now. But I look forward to sharing my progress with you. I look forward to reading your comments, and I look forward to maybe some of you guys sharing your progress with me. Thank you.